Hello you absolute legends, welcome back to the channel. John here on a beautiful sunshiny day here in Lincolnshire. Mrs. John Coupland and I have just returned from a bit of a road trip. We've done 1,500 miles and I'm actually here to pick up Crystal. She's gone with Mrs. John Coupland. We've picked up Crystal's bed, there it is, and we are getting sorted. And before we went away I dropped off this, my Proton 1.5 SE at the Smart Car Workshop, there it is, at Dad's house, and he's had a good look at it. If you haven't seen the video on the channel already, it's up there now. Pre-MOT checks that the car has done. Dad has done that with me, and he's given me a whole list of things that he's done past couple of days on the SE, so I want to just have a chat about them. So he's done the exhaust, he's replaced the exhaust. He has not put a brand new exhaust on the car, but he has put a better one on, that's not as rusty as the old one. In fact, Dad's just returning from putting the old one in my van because it's obviously going to go to scrap. Let's have a look under there. There is the new exhaust. It doesn't look great, does it? But actually it is significantly better than the one we took off. And it is nice and tight and tidy. The only thing I've got to do now is just polish this tailpipe up and get it nice and clean. Brake fluid change, awesome. So the brake fluid has been changed throughout the car. It's one that I've been dailing. I've done about 1,000 miles in it since I've owned it. Rear brakes checked, so he's checked all the rear brakes and found no issues. But he has found an issue with the front brakes. They were pretty much seized on both sides, which is quite scary actually, because the car drove nicely. Obviously, hopefully it will drive a little bit better. So he's stripped them and sorted all that out, and he says that the pads were more than 50% worn, so we need to get some new brake pads. That's something we're going to be doing. Brake pipes greased, yes, good. That's obviously to stop them from going rusty. These brake pipes on these old Protons, they do rust and rot. We haven't replaced them, but Dad's greased them to stop them from corroding. Noisy starter bush greased. Yeah, there was a issue with the starter bush. Greased obviously to stop that from getting any worse, I suppose. Offside rear shock absorber bush. Yeah, if you remember in the previous video, the shock absorber bush on this side had moved. It's a common fault with these Protons. Can we see up in there? We can see that it's been repaired. Well done, excellent. That'll obviously stop us from having any problems. Faulty clips. Tell me more about faulty clips.
Faulty clips. Which faulty clips?
This is on the offside shock absorber bush.
Eh?
You've put faulty clips repaired on inner drive joint. There you go. That's my fault for not reading properly. Fine, brilliant. Flush the cooling system and refilled with premix. Yeah, if you remember on the previous video and on the video when we bought the car, the engine was getting quite hot. We topped the coolant up. There was no major issue there, but it was all murky and horrible. So we've flushed, or Dad has flushed, that cooling system completely and refilled it with premix. It may be that at some point in its life we're going to end up putting a new radiator on, but at the moment, all good. Jobs that are still left to do is the near side front window. If you remember, I've dropped that on the floor. Remember, I had a look at this and said that the window doesn't come down and it's probably come off the runner. Yeah, Dad's done some experimenting and excavation, taken this door card off and found out that the runner has come off the bottom of the window channel. They rust, they rot, and then they just pop. I should have one in stock somewhere. I need to just find it, so that's a job to do. And then there are further jobs to do, because I've got a couple of breaker cars. Gaiters for the brake pins. They're no good on this car, we'll just grab that. Power steering belt. You've actually done that now, haven't you? Replaced.
Yeah, one on, but it's not very good.
There you go. So power steering belt has been replaced, not with a brand new one, but with a second-hand one. We're obviously going to get a brand new one, but for now that's a job done. And the check stramps, front and rear, in the doors. Yeah, these are failing. They're becoming quite horrible actually. I think we said in one of the videos that this was not working properly. This has been greased, and actually the door opens and closes very much better now, but still not perfect. So we'll take those check straps off the strap car. Things that we need: brake fluid, antifreeze, gaiters and belts see below. Well, the brake fluid and antifreeze is just to top up Dad's stock because he's clearly used it on the car, and the gaiters and belts, which we'll end up buying, not a problem. I also don't like the fact that the front pads are more than 50% worn, so I'll probably end up putting a set of pads on the car as well. That's it then. So that's the first lot of jobs done on the car. We'll have a chat with Dad. He's relaxing in the sunshine. What was the hardest bit to do?
None of it.
None. Easy peasy.
It's surprisingly good underneath that one. Surprisingly good.
Well, there we go. That
Been wax oiled.
has it. From new.
Well, it's definitely been wax oiled.
Any major issues that you can see on the car?
Not near, no.
No.
Front lower arms will soon need doing.
But as a daily run around,
Nice car.
nice car. There you go. That is a bit of an upgrade from the first time that Dad saw the car. And if you remember, his initial comment that people in the comments have picked up on was scrap it, get rid of it. The fact that Dad's saying it's quite nice underneath, that's quite a good testament. It is starting to bleb and blister on the paint on the wheel arches, which is something cosmetic that I'm going to look at. Am I going to wax oil it? Are you going to see black wax oil on the wheel arches? Who knows? Are we going to touch it up with some white paint? Who knows? It should have got a brown car, it doesn't show the rust. There's a few things that I want to do with this car, as you know, including things that Dad's going to get upset about because it's twiddly, but that's replace the original number plates, get them remade, one for the front because it's missing, tidy up these wheel arches because the brown is starting to show through, maybe with a bit of wax oil. We've got some trim here that needs refixing and replace that stopper, and just a general tidy up all over. There's bits of black trim on the doors that need a spray, the wiper arms need a spray, but apart from that, actually it's quite a good car. And if you haven't watched me driving and commuting in the vehicle, that video is in the top corner there as well. Loads more stuff to come then. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, subscribe please. It really does help the Proton content. There's loads more content coming as well. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the TikTok as well, it's John Coupland, all one word. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Got some more stuff to do, and there'll be more stuff coming in more videos. Take care and goodbye.